So, dear Kalyana Mittas, uh, just few words on practicing meditation. So many people, as they communicate with us, experience lots of anxiety, fear, stress, depression, remorse, and these kind of negative feelings. They suffer. They suffer a lot. And the main reason for these kind of negative feelings and why they completely invade our lives is that Buddha teaches whatever direction uh, our mind frequently follows, the mind tends to follow that path all the time. So that means if we think more and more regretful thoughts, remorseful thoughts, for example, that means we keep thinking about those negative thoughts for a long time. And that damages the mind. And that gives rise to, that kind of thinking pattern gives rise to many problems, much more defilements, new defilements. But during meditation, so those negative thoughts are called unwholesome thoughts, unwholesome objects for the mind. And these unwholesome objects of the mind normally harm ourselves and harm others because the root of those thoughts are unwholesome. But during meditation, like if we take all the types of meditations prescribed by the Buddha, all those meditation objects fall into the category of wholesome qualities, wholesome objects of the mind. Whether it can be breathing, loving kindness, asubha, elements meditation, meditation on impermanence of faculties, sense bases. All these meditation objects are coming from wholesome roots. That's why they give lots of peace to the mind, clarity to the mind, lots of happiness, joy, rapture, and these kind of positive feelings to the mind. And these meditation objects help us to concentrate the mind and eventually to understand deep things in order to overcome suffering in this life. So now you can see very clearly in our life, we have these two categories of thoughts. Some thoughts are originated from unwholesome roots. Those are the negative kind of thoughts, angry thoughts, remorseful thoughts, thoughts of anxiety, thoughts of harming, thoughts of remorse, these kind of thoughts. And they are originated from unwholesome roots. On the other hand, when we follow the teachings of the Buddha, we find these many types of thoughts originated from wholesome roots. That's why this meditation helps us to be free from many problems of life, many problems of the mind. If we fix these problems of the mind, we can win this life. So if you are experiencing anxiety, fear, regret, remorse, doubts, and any of these negative thoughts, you just need to follow these meditation techniques, these techniques of mindfulness little by little, and the mind will gradually follow that path. So for example, now when you are angry, if you are not kind of an advanced practitioner of meditation, if you get angry and if you are a newcomer, if you are a beginner, you don't know any other wholesome object to replace the angry thoughts with. So You only choice, the main choice is that your mind takes the same path. That means you give rise to more and more angry thoughts, because your mind is not familiar with replacing it with the thoughts of loving kindness or thoughts of the mindfulness of breathing. But when you start following the Dhamma path, for example, now if you get angry, you may sit down quietly and you try to focus on your in and out breathing. And that is the right path. So then mind stops following the habitual path, adding more angry thoughts, or adding more thoughts of anxiety, adding more thoughts of remorse to your mind. Now mind is taking a different path. That is how meditation helps us a lot. So I just wanted to add those benefits of meditation. Did you understand the benefit of cultivating wholesome qualities? So the mind
Yes.
tends to take that wholesome path uh, anytime you wish.
Yes, Bhante. Thank
The
you.
more you practice meditation objects in your mind, like fearlessly, you can practice these meditation objects because they do not do any harm to you or others. Like breathing, loving kindness, impermanence, any meditation. There are um, more than 15 meditation objects in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, and there are 6 Anusati meditations, recollection, like the thinking about the qualities of the Buddha, thinking about the qualities of the Dhamma, thinking about the qualities of the Sangha, thinking about your precepts, thinking about your generosity, thinking about the qualities of the gods and goddesses, Devata Anusati. So all these meditation objects, if you think about them for the entire day, they don't do any harm to yourself. They don't do any harm to others. Isn't that a beautiful discovery of the Buddha? That there are these powerful thoughts that don't do any harm to ourselves and others. That's the amazing discovery. So try to practice more and more wholesome objects as your thoughts, and you will see these benefits that is explained by the Buddha. So breathing is one of those wholesome objects.